quality in for Universal. Here's Daddy filling Daddy.
And this is Marissa's Soviet for fun.
Yeah.
Can I take one out of beer?
You're so proud of it, huh?
I know.
Huh. Look this way, Chris.
This is fun, Daddy. Thank you. I was swimming. No.
Tim, good beat.
Those birds are gator baby.
What time is the show at? Go over with sister. Look at me.
A little bit about Gatorland itself. I'll also plan to train here at all times. These birds you see to your left eating some bread, those are called boat-tailed grackles. The black ones are the males and the brown ones are the females. Now we do have quite a few birds that do like to stay around here. They're all free to come and go as they choose, except for our 4 pink flamingos found to
Right there.
Howdy! Come on now, there's more of us here than that. I said howdy! That's a lot better. Y'all, my name's Dick, and this is going to be Gatorland's Cracker-Style Gator Wrestling Show. Now, before we start with this wrestling part, I want to explain to you a little bit what we mean when we say cracker. Now, folks, this started back around the turn of the century. Now, Florida used to be the #2 cattle-producing state in the country. I see us Florida cowboys, we learned one of the best ways to get an old heifer to move along was take a bullwhip, crack it right over top of their head, and that'd get them moving along just fine. Now, before long, they started calling us crackers because of that bullwhip. Now, anymore being a Florida cracker means anybody born and raised here in the state of Florida. Now, by a show of hands, do we have any Florida crackers here with us today? Hey, all right. Well, we're severely outnumbered, so I think I'm just going to move right on. Well, folks, we used to move cattle all over the state. Now, we didn't have a whole lot to do in the evening, so we'd sit around our campfire and we'd play first liar, ain't got a chance. Every now and then, we'd even get a jug of moonshine going around and start bragging on who could whoop one of these gators. Now, y'all might not know it, but gators ain't so bad to have around because, believe it or not, Florida's got a dry season. Now, during that dry season, them gators will waller a hole in the mud. That'd be about the only drinking water we'd have around for miles. Now, of course, since it was about the only drinking water we had around, our calves and cattle would go down there to get a drink of water. Well, these gators would grab them by the nose, pull them in the water, and eat them right there on the spot. Well, we couldn't afford to be feeding them gators our cows, so one of us have to go down to that gator hole, explain to Mr. Gator the error of his ways. Now, it didn't take us too long to figure out that gator hide made some dandy boots, and their meat was a real nice change from the beans and cornbread that we usually had to eat. Now, I can take a look around me here, and I can see your smiling faces, and I can tell you're about tired of listening to me flap my gums. Y'all want to see some gator wrestling, don't you? Let me rephrase that. Y'all want to see gator wrestling, don't you? Gotta love it. Y'all probably like to see me get in there too, wouldn't you? Let me explain something to you. We got 18 alligators in here. Now, they're anywhere from 7 to 8 foot long, and they weigh anywhere from 120 to 165 pounds. And folks, let me tell you, these critters are 90% muscle, with a brain about the size of a lima bean. And y'all want me to get in there?
Yes.
I don't think so. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Now, I got this buddy of mine. Now, he's got a brain about half the size of a lima bean. We can probably talk him into hopping in here and grabbing any one of these gators, but y'all are going to have to act like you're really glad to see him. So everybody, make a lot of noise for Mike. Come on out here.
I hear y'all want to see some gator wrestling. Is that right? Yeah! Everybody wants to see some gator wrestling. Raise Yeah, you're from your elementary school? Okay, come on over here. That's what I need to do. I need to pick out an alligator you see in here. This big one right here. Alright, that's what I want you. I'm going to send you over there to Nick. You might want to take your shoes off. We're going to lower you down in the water. I want you to sneak up behind him and grab him by his tail. Get him up here on the sand. Jump down onto his back. When you're on his back, you got to catch hold of his mouth because that's the part that bites you. When you get all that done, you feel real safe. Just give me a holler. I'll be sitting right where you were, and I'll show you a couple neat tricks you can do. How about that? Want to do that for me?
I thought you had more sense than you did.
Alright, I'll tell you what. How about you picking a gator out that you want me to arrest?
Pick a real big one.
She doesn't need any help from you. Which one? There's a bunch over here. You sure you don't want that one that's up on the sand and nice and dry? Just right here? This big one? Don't see the little one right over here? You want this one? Alright, y'all give her a round of applause. She did a real good job. She picked a big one.
See ya. Don't make them back. Gotta keep your hat.
No. I'm coming back, at least most of me anyway. The big one. Alright, y'all give me a minute to get the volunteer here.
He's not even good with
Like I told him that there is 18 alligators in there, so they do outnumber you.
Yeah, they do.
And they are also about 7, 8 foot long. That's wrong answer. So being 7, 8 foot long, they are a lot longer than you are too, ain't they?
Yeah, they are.
And being 90% muscle, they're a whole lot stronger than you are, ain't they?
A bunch stronger.
And having a brain about the size of a lima bean, that makes them pretty much smarter than you are too, don't it?
Can you guys see?
I think he was the PA.
You sure you don't want to change your mind? Just give me another second here. I'll get him. I'm just wearing him down.
Hey, Mike, that 4 years of college paid off for you, didn't it?
Yeah, man.
That was our shampoo impression, folks. You like that, didn't you?
It's amazing why we don't afford minimum wage.
Amazing when we do afford the minimum wage.
That's telling him.
Look at him. Oh, God, look at his feet.
Back in the old days. What now?
I don't know, that looks like a lot of fun.
Just give me a minute to get a hold of this important part up here.
Look at that smile he's got. He's real happy to see you.
Close that up for me. You gotta close your mouth up. Come on.
You're really showing him.
I don't think anybody's keeping score, are they?
All right, that was a good catch there, Mike. Way to go.
Just give me a second to clean off the sand here. Give him a minute to catch his breath. I know he's tired from that. Up here. we couldn't always see the gator down in there, because all he has to do to breathe is stick the tip of his nose just above the surface of the water. The end of his nose here, he's got these two little fleshy holes that work like valves. Those are his nostrils. Now, anytime he would hear or smell something he didn't like me or maybe Nick over there, because Nick don't always smell so very good, he'd close those on up and shoot under the water where he could stay for a whole long time if he sits real still. Now, take a look on top of his head here. He's got a set of real pretty eyes. Now, you might think these eyes are in a bad spot. They had to get poked out on some sticks if he was chasing any prey down in the water, or if he hit his head real good on a log. Well, that ain't so. See, I want y'all to pretend like my two fingers are sticks, and watch what happens to his eyes when I run my fingers across them. But I'll take a look over here first. So he's going to pull them right down inside of his head, and they're going to pop right back up. It's real neat. We're going to go for a walk this thing. Be nice, Gator. All right, y'all take a look at those eyes. Right down in, and right back up. See if I can't show y'all over here. Right down in, and right back up.
I didn't take a picture.
Kind of looks like the headlamps on a Corvette car, doesn't it? Pull it right down in, right back up. Real fancy eye there. Right down in, and right back up. There you go. Right behind those eyes, he's got a flap of skin. Now, underneath that flap of skin, that's the gator's ears. I bet y'all didn't even know gators had ears, did you? I bet y'all didn't even know gators had ears, did you?
No!
I didn't think you did. But see, gators have to have ears because they talk back and forth to one another all the time. They beller and hiss, slam their jaws shut, slap their tails, grunt, growl, make all kinds of noises. And we found a way that folks like y'all can even talk to these here alligators. All you gotta do is make this funny little sound down the back of your throat. Sounds something like this. Going by looks on your faces, that just throws y'all to death. I tell you what though, after the show, head on out to that marsh walk and give that gator call a try. You'll know if you're doing it right, because these gators will be swimming right on up to you. And to make sure nobody's going to go out there and talk dirty to my alligators, I want y'all to practice this gator call with me right now. And most of y'all are here on vacation. You got no reason to be embarrassed because you ain't never going to see each other again. So on the count of 3, I want everybody to do that gator call. 1, 2, it's down the back of your throat. 3.
You did say everybody, didn't you,
I
Mike?
want everybody to do that now.
I got somebody over here that didn't even try.
Who?
Matter of fact, they was kind of laughing at you, I think.
Uh-oh.
This woman right here. That's right. What's your name? Catherine. Where you from? Orlando.
And didn't even do the
So you
gator.
thought you were just going to skate right through this, didn't you? Well, wrong. Come on up here. Oh, and obviously her husband's showing you like that. He's going to make a good ex-husband, though, won't he? Hi. We got people here from all over the country and even all over the world, so there's no real pressure really here for you. We'd like to see how somebody from Orlando can do a gator call. Sure, I'll do it again, Mike. Okay, you don't have to make that face.
Yeah, you don't have to love it.
All right. Hey, y'all give her a great big hand. That was a real good job.
I don't know what you said, but his eyes lit right on up. All right, now y'all been paying close attention to me, and I appreciate that, so I want to ask you a question. What do y'all think the most dangerous part of this here alligator is?
That's
Shout
it.
it out. All right, I heard some real good answers. Some of y'all said the teeth, the mouth, and some of y'all said the tail. Now, for those of you that said the tail, I want you to take a good look at me. Which end of this thing am I trying to hold on to?
His mouth.
It ain't the tail. You hear all kinds of stories about what this tail can do to you. Folks, I ain't never had a gator chasing after me backwards trying to slap me or beat me with his tail. This part up here you got to worry about. Now, if he lets me, I'm going to try and show you the inside of his mouth. This is going to be all up to him, though, because he's got a lot of power in his jaws. And if he don't want me to open up his mouth, it just ain't going to happen. So if I get it open, take a quick look in here. Please. Alright, now down in here, he's got...
That looked like fun, too. Mike, I do want to bring up something now. I don't think any folks over there got a chance to see inside there.
Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
One more time.
Thanks, Nick.
Is that your mother-in-law up there?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to try this one more time, but please get a quick look. Down in here, he's got 82 very sharp teeth made for gripping and not chewing his prey. Down in the back of his throat, he's got a flap of skin that he uses to prevent water from rushing into his lungs if he's chasing any prey in the water.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to practice keeping that mouth shut now. Alright, now you can see if he's not too ornery, I can keep his mouth shut with the pressure it takes just one hand. I would like to show you how little pressure it does take to keep his mouth shut. This comes in real handy if you're ever on the back of an alligator and you need to free your hands up, taking any change in your pocket, or dial 911.
Whoa! What was that?
Sorry, I took his hard hand.
Sure. He's getting $6 an hour.
All right. Like that was real fancy, but I want to remind you what happened to you last time you did that.
Yeah, you can't get a real nasty hickey doing this. Be nice, Gator. If you don't calm down, I'm going to start talking about your mom. She's a handbag up in the gift shop. Nice. All right. Now, a long time ago, and even some people today, think the only difference between an alligator and a crocodile is how they open their mouth. They thought one would open his mouth from the top jaw, and the other would open his mouth from the bottom jaw. Well, it ain't so. See, their jaws work the same way as yours and mine does. The bottom jaw does all the work. Now, there is a little trick I can do to show you all this, but I tell you what, I'm only trying it once. So have your cameras ready, because if this works out, it is a real neat picture.
Get your camera ready, Joe.
Come to think of it, even if it doesn't work out, it's still a neat picture for y'all.
Totally,
Get him off that box, John. Stand up there. Let's go, John.
this boy ain't too smart, is he?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Way to go.
Look at that yellow one.
Just thought about doing that. Alright, now let's go ahead and begin to set a little hint throughout the show. Now, he's kind of tired of me sitting on his back. There's a couple things you can do with the tired alligator. What I like to do is try and give him a little nap. Now, I'm sure you've all heard that saying about rolling the gator over onto his back and rubbing his belly, he'll go right to sleep. Right. See, this gator, he's only about 4 or 5 years old. I'm sure most of you out there have an idea what it's like to get a 4 or 5-year-old to go to sleep. It ain't that easy. What usually helps me out a whole lot is Nick over here. See, he's got a real interesting singing voice. I think he's going to sing this gator a lullaby. You going to, Nick?
You get him over, I'll sing to him.
I knew there was a catch. All right. Well, sing something nice, because I don't think he's very tired.
I don't think my singing's going to help him go to sleep.
Boy, he hold that mouth good, don't he?
Rock-a-bye gator, sleep in the sand. We're all real glad Mike still has his hands.
Thank you, Nick. I think it worked. Now, he can stay over like this for a long time, or he can decide to wake himself up. We know this doesn't hurt him any unless one of his buddies in the water here thinks he's food and tries to take a chew out of him. I don't want to see that happen, so I'm going to try and show y'all the sweetest way I found to wake up a sleeping gator. If he doesn't wake up on his own. Real tight fist. Aim here right between his legs and get ready to run.
No.
All right, folks, let's have a hand for the star of the show. That's Mr. Alligator. Let's have a nice hand for Mike, too. He did a great job for y'all. Show coming up down the center of the park at 1:45. Now, if y'all got any questions, come on down and ask Mike. Me and Mike want to thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all are a great crowd. Thank y'all very much.
Now, Junie, remember going through here?
Look at them out there on that rock.
Wow. There's a swamp right behind that tree.
That's how they get around on the airboat?
Yeah, versus I'm getting out of here. This is moving.
It was
so close to the edge, bud.
What? See, you can see it moving.
The sun came out, brings the color out really nice in it.
Ready?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Prove to firemen. Go right out in front of them, okay?
Over here, fine.
Okay? Nice and easy. Under here. Okay.
No, that bird's gonna go get it.
Huh?
Oh, no, he's gonna go get it.
He's fishing around.
Wait a minute now. Let's find one that's okay.
So he's going to get that fish.
Oh, did this go over there? Go over there? Let's walk over there.
Oh my God, he ate it!
Wow, look how they just come right up. Move. Well, there's the shoe.
You don't have an eye.
I spit it out, didn't
Yeah.
Left.